It's National Youth Mentor Month, so let's talk about some volunteer opportunities there. Community and Corporate Partnerships Manager for Volunteer Toronto, Kamara Chambers, is here, and the President and Founder of Kids Now, Janet King, is also here. Good to have you both.
Great to be here.
So it's National Youth Mentor Month, great stuff. Volunteer Toronto encompasses, let's start there, a lot of different volunteer opportunities, right? Give us an overview on what you guys do.
So Volunteer Toronto, we are an organisation, we're a United Way agency and a charity that essentially helps to create the best possible volunteer experience. So we do a lot of connecting people with volunteer opportunities, and actually in the past year alone we've helped around 700,000 Torontonians.
Just in the past month?
In the past year.
Oh, past year.
Past month eventually, or past year for now. Yes, we've helped lots of different people find volunteer opportunities, and some of those include mentoring, others include things like maybe going to schools, talking to young people about different issues, helping seniors, visiting seniors, helping with cats, stray cats, lots of different types of opportunities that are out there.
So you really can find something that speaks to you, and which means you can enjoy your volunteer experience. You don't have to feel like it's a chore in any way.
That's exactly it.
If you want to decide that working with youth is where you want to do your best work, you can focus in on that, right?
Yes, you definitely can. So there are lots of different types of youth organisations that focus on mentoring young people. There's one called Stepstones for Youth, and that one's really about young people coming out of foster care and actually needing maybe some support from an older adult who can actually help them to really get on the right path for life. There's organisations like Youth Assisting Youth that focus on peer mentoring. So if you're between the ages of 16 to 29, then you can get involved with them. And then organisations like Kids Now that are really about building kind of social skills and confidence around young people.
Right on. Jen, let's talk about Kids Now. It's near and dear to your heart. How long has it been running?
14 years.
Nice. And tell us what it is.
Kids Now is a proactive after-school program that delivers programs to kids in grades 7 and 8. And we work on developing their life success skills so they make great choices.
What sorts of things would qualify as a life success skill?
Well, we break the program into 5 modules. So there's confidence building. We believe that when someone feels worthy of who they are, they're going to be that much more capable to set good goals in their life. That's a second module that we have.
Here are some confident looking kids right now. Very good.
The third thing that we do is we build their communication skills so that they know how to speak to themselves and they know how to speak to others and they have a voice. And then the fourth component is conflict resolution, and with the bullying that's going on right now, which is just horrific, we give kids the opportunity to also get some tools so that they've built their confidence and they don't want to be a bully, which is also a sign of lack of confidence, and they don't want to be bullied.
And it might be a reflection on what they're experiencing at home.
Absolutely.
Whereas this would give them a completely new perspective. This is how it can be. This is how you should be interacting with people when you're upset about something, instead of going that way.
That's bang on. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to give kids the tools so that they know that there's other ways that they can handle the cyberbullying. There's other ways that they can handle all of these pressures that are coming into their life. And the bullying has just become out of control.
You must hear about some really terrible stuff. How do you're looking for volunteers for Kids Now?
We're always looking for great volunteers who are mentors, who can come into the lives of these kids after school and work with them and share the wisdom that they have, and to provide those encouraging words in a very safe and comfortable environment so they can talk about a lot of these issues that you might not be that much, to do this in front of 35 kids in a classroom is tough. And they might have wonderful parents, but the parents don't have time, or the parents don't have the knowledge of what we're teaching to share that with their kids. So,
what would make a good person for that role?
A person who is in touch with who they are, and that they believe that, you know, we never stop growing. We're always growing. There's never a day that we can say, I got it all. You know, my toolbox is full. I don't need to take on anything else. It's a person who wants to make a connection with kids in that grade 7 and 8 area, which is really tough, and they love the challenge.
Critical time, too, in their lives.
Completely critical time when kids are going, do I go here? Do I go there? How do I fit in? And all the pressures, and it scrambles their heads. So someone who really wants to say, I want to make a difference. This is a really challenging age group, and I can do it.
Right on.
Yep.
And Kamara, if we want to take that first step in figuring out where we want to volunteer, if not Kids Now, somewhere else perhaps, what do we do?
So you go to volunteertoronto.ca. Our website's really the best place to start. On there, you can find lots of different types of opportunities, and you can actually do a search by activity where you'll find mentoring positions or specifically positions working with young people. So you'll see Janet's positions there as well as other organisations, and then it's just a case of applying. And I think Janet made a really good point about the types of people that she's looking for. Another good thing to keep in mind is actually the commitment factor.
Absolutely.
So essentially, you should be willing to commit for at least 3 months typically, and sometimes for a longer period. Because if you really want to make a difference in that young person's life, you're going to have to be there for a little while at least.
Yeah, they've had people flake out on them
Yeah, and that's
through
not,
their whole lives.
that's
Let's
what
not
we
have it
want.
be you, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. The commitment's huge. That's a good,
All right, we
really
have
good
about
point.
30 seconds left. Anything else we need to know?
Well, it's, you know, the whole mentoring thing is, I think that, you know, you can do it in an after school, it's mentoring month. And I think we want to talk about the importance of that, and you can mentor in all different ways. And it just, as long as people believe that if they make a contribution, they're going to make a difference, then this world will be a better place.
Sure will. And as usual, you'll feel like you're getting more out of it than the other person
Yeah.
is. That's always the way it works. VolunteerToronto.ca and TorontoYouthVolunteer.org, plus KidsNowCanada.org. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.